There was a gentleman called John Parkinson, and his main aims were to, one, plant a wood. The other thing was to build a town. And the third thing was he wanted to have a coal mine. The coal mine kept filling up with water, and they weren't managing to get much coal out. So apparently the miners themselves were actually taking coal down the mines to bring it up to try and keep the mines going.
You're listening to Come Here, the podcast for and about heritage attractions, where you can discover somewhere worth visiting. I'm your host, Dr. Liz Drury, a freelance voiceover artist with a background in archaeology, specialising in voiceover for the heritage sector. Each week, I chat to someone from a different museum, historic site, gallery or cultural space about why you should visit, and exactly what you can expect when you get there. Lynette Needham is the Director of Visitor Services at the Cottage Museum in Woodhall Spa. The museum tells the story of the town and also of the family who once lived in the cottage. Thank you very much for being my guest on the podcast today, Lynn.
Right, thank you very much for having me.
So can you just briefly introduce yourself and tell me about your role?
My name is Lynette Needham. I am a volunteer at the Cottage Museum. I am actually the Volunteer Director of Visitor Services, which means I deal with the visitors to the museum and the displays and stuff like that.
Yeah. And how long have you worked there?
I've worked out it's about 13, 14 years now. It surprised me. But about 14 years, yes.
So tell me what a typical day would look like for you.
Well, because I'm a volunteer, I'm not always at the museum every single day. I try to come in at least twice a week to make sure that my fellow volunteers are all right and that everything within the museum is running smoothly. But when I'm here, I can be doing anything from speaking to the visitors, people who are in the garden. It generally is that sort of job. I fill in where I'm needed.
So for anyone who hasn't been to the museum before, can you describe the building first of all?
Right. The building is really unique. It's a Boulton and Paul corrugated prefabricated bungalow. It was moved to its present site in 1887. And from 1887 to 1964, it was the home of members of the Wield family. And these are, our main exhibitions are all based around this family, the Wield family.
And would that kind of cottage have been popular at that time?
Well, yes, there are a lot of these prefabricated buildings about. Mainly they were chapels. You have the Tin Tabernacle Society, where you often find in Scotland, it can be in Australia, it can be anywhere in the world, you will find a prefabricated building that was built by the Boulton and Paul manufacturers from Norfolk. They even built village halls, and they might be better known for their aircraft, which they went into building later on in their history.
Yeah, it's a lovely little building, and it seems bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside, I have to say.
Well, yes, I think this is what surprises a lot of the visitors. The only problem with it is it does restrict us a little bit with what we can do. Accessibility, for example. A lot of the big mobility scooters we cannot have in the museum because they cannot manage the doorways, but we do provide a smaller wheelchair which can be pushed around the museum and easily manoeuvred. So that's one of our main problems with the building.
Yeah, no, that's useful to know. So tell me something about the Wield family who first lived there.
Well, it was moved and erected here for Thomas and Mary Wield and their family. Thomas and Mary both worked at the spa baths here in Woodhall Spa. I believe Mary used to deal with the ladies and Thomas would do maybe a bit of gardening in the pump room or anything like that. But later on, when their eldest son John became of age, he helped his father And then as the village expanded, they saw a need for bath chairs. So they set up a bath chair business, which was collecting people in a bath chair from the station or the hotel to take them to the baths or out for a sightseeing tour. These were built by these were mainly pulled by donkeys.
Yeah.
And as a result, we have a donkey at the gate to try and bring visitors in. John Wield was also an entrepreneur. He built his own camera. He was an optician. Oh, he could put his hand to anything.
Yeah.
But the main thing was his photographs.
Yes.
He recorded the people, the events, and the places, the buildings around Woodhall Spa from the late 1800s till maybe the 1950s. So we have a really good store or stock,
Yes.
whatever you call it, of his glass plates,
Yes.
which have been digitized now, and anyone within the area who wants to look at them can, who might be doing research. But it does lead to a lot of interest with the visitors seeing these photographs.
Yes. You have quite a lot on display, but I imagine you've got a lot more that are stored away.
Yes, about 5,000 in all, I
Wow.
think it is. Some we're still trying to identify where they are.
Yes.
But we're trying our best.
So let's just go back a little bit now, because you've talked about Woodhall Spa being a spa town. So can you tell me something about the history of the town itself and how it grew up?
Right. There was a gentleman called John Parkinson. He was a bit of an entrepreneur in Victorian times. And his main aims were to, one, plant a wood, which he has around here. I think it's mainly Ostler's plantation. The other thing was to build a town. He started building a terrace of houses in a village called New Bolingbroke. It's quite out of place because you're driving through this village and suddenly there's this lovely terrace of houses. And the third thing was he wanted to have a coal mine. Now, he knew that here in Woodhall Spa there was coal, so he dug for coal. But with the sort of geology of the area, the coal mine kept filling up with water. And they weren't managing to get much coal out. So apparently the miners themselves were actually taking coal down the mines to bring it up, to try and keep the mines going. But eventually he went bankrupt and he sold his land and the coal mine to a gentleman called Hodgkin. He himself grazed cattle on the land because it was flooded, so he couldn't put any of his good cattle on. So any old cattle, anything, drape cows or coal beast were put on there. But he realised that they were getting well, they were improving. So he had the water tested and discovered it was high in iodine and bromide. So he, being an intelligent man, he thought, oh, this is good. He tried it, it got rid of his gout. So he said, right, this is a money spinner. So he built the spa baths. And from building the spa baths, the village has grown. They employed an architect, Kame, his name was Kame, and he actually designed Woodhall Spa with the wide Broadway, which is a really wide road, with these beautiful 3-storey red brick houses on them. They nearly all look the same. You can always tell the old part of the village by these houses. They are now protected. You can't put any old window in or do anything you want. But it gives a nice, relaxed atmosphere to Woodhall, to be able to walk down the wide pavements and things. The railway station came. Well, it was already here, but it's expanded. Hotels. There were 3 really big hotels. There was the Victoria Hotel, which was situated in the woods near the baths. That was absolutely huge. And the people that came here to stay, it was Lady So-and-so and her maid, things like that. So it's quite interesting. Eventually, Unfortunately, in 1984, sorry, the well collapsed. So into the spa baths.
Yeah, tell me a bit more about the treatments that people came for.
It was mainly for rheumatism or gout or things like that, but they would put them in baths of water, of the actual water. If you ever had a chance to drink the water, it's yucky, as you know, all these spa waters are. There are some electric treatments where they actually use those machines where they use the electromagnets on you.
Yeah.
It was really very advanced. Right up, as I say, right up to 84, 85. There were still treatments being done, but they not in the spa baths building anymore.
Yes.
But it just faded out with new practices.
Yeah, yeah. So what's your favourite part of the museum? Do you have a favourite room at all?
It's very difficult to say because the rooms do change. We try and develop the exhibitions around the rooms and change them. The Wield room is a lovely room. That is a sitting room.
Yeah.
It's a very relaxed room. It's a room where we sit and we talk to the visitors. And that makes it even better because they sit down, they relax, they will remember, they'll have memories of their childhood. Some of them might want to know more about Woodhall Spa, so you can sit and talk to them about Woodhall Spa. The Petwood Hotel is one example. It's a big hotel now, but it was built by Lady Weigel. It's a big, beautiful house, beautiful house. She did a lot for the village and for the development of the village, Lady Weigel did. But you sit and you talk to the visitors, and it is the visitors that make the museum, really.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoyed the Magic Lantern room. Tell us about that.
Oh, yes, the Magic Lantern Room. This is a slideshow that we changed about 3 times a year. And it consists of slides that were taken by John Wield of the area. At the moment, I think it's some of his photographs of maybe actually the spa baths. I've seen the spa baths or ladies walking through the village. We changed it with different subjects. It could be the places, the buildings, the accommodation, and anything. But you sit there and it's about a 5 or 10 minute show? The actual room it is in was John Wield's office. He would take photographs in the room. He set it up as his photographic studio, or he would check people's eyes in that room.
Yeah.
So that is why we have it there.
Yeah. And as well as the main house, you've got some outbuildings as well. What can visitors see in the outbuildings?
We actually have a special display area for the bath chairs. In it, we have a bath chair which was it's like the bath chairs that John Wield used to use. This bath chair has quite a history because it was donated to the museum, and the original outbuildings were just stables, wooden buildings that were falling down. And we got permission and a grant to do them up so we could use them as storerooms. But someone set fire to them.
Oh, no.
Yes, and the worst thing was the bath chair was actually in that building.
Oh, no.
So it got badly burnt. It was insured, thank goodness. So we had the insurance money, but it had to be done by a coach builder.
Yeah.
And they have a 10, 14-year waiting list. But luckily, a gentleman in the village, he said, I can do that for you. So we trusted him. He had a lot of skills. And he has actually done up the bath chair for us. But when he actually stripped it, he found a pair of silk stockings under the cushion.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did. He did. So there's quite a story there. Yes, so we now have a nice bath chair in that display area. We also have a reconstruction of John Wield's darkroom around the side. That's a little shed. So that's what the visitors can see. But the other outbuildings compile our disabled toilet, a community room which people can hire for courses. We have a good storeroom now, an office. It's all buildings that we didn't have before the fire. So it does expand, yes.
Yeah. So how long would you say people should allow for a visit to the museum?
It depends. Some people go round it in 30 minutes. If they're really, really interested, they could be here for an hour and a half, 2 hours. It depends on whether they want to look at every single thing. It's an interactive museum, so we say to people, sit in the chairs, open drawers, be nosy, read the books, play the games, So we find families can spend quite a while here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they enjoy playing the games in the wheelchair room.
So it's suitable for families. It's suitable for disabled people as long as they've got a small wheelchair or they can borrow yours. How about dogs? Can dogs come in?
Oh, yes. Dogs on the lead with well-behaved owners are welcomed. Yes, we have no problem with dogs. If we do have someone comes in with a dog and we have other visitors come in after them, we will always let them know there's a dog in.
Yeah.
Because some people can be frightened of dogs.
Yes.
But touch wood, we have never had any problems with dogs.
Yeah. And do you have special exhibitions that change, or do you run events during the year?
Exhibitions, in the past, we've always changed the full exhibition every year. All the artefacts are out. And we have a temporary exhibition room where we've had 3 exhibitions a year. This year, we are concentrating on the Wield families, so the whole of the museum is dedicated to the Wield family. There will be changes made when we close over the winter, but we have a new display team that deal with that, and they're trying to decide what they're going to do. We also are limited financially. We're an independent museum, so we don't have a lot of money for really big exhibitions.
Yeah.
We have to get grants for it.
Yes.
And at the moment, we are looking for grants to help us to redisplay the museum and also to get more interactive
Yes.
things in. Yes.
Yeah. Do you have schools coming in or other kinds of groups?
We have 1 or 2 local schools come in. The children thoroughly enjoy it because we're normally toys and games or how they used to live. Other groups, we get the local U3A group in, women's institutes, they will come, 1 or 2 will come at night. We are restricted to how many people we can have in the museum at one time. Normally, if a group of 30 come, we will split them.
Yeah.
Half go around the museum and half will get a talk on the origins of the museum and our forward plans.
Yes. Yeah. Have you got a most memorable moment since you've been working there, Lynn?
Oh, gosh. I was looking through some old photos the other day, and when I first came here, we had a big Arnhem event. We actually have the Arnhem Memorial in our garden. This commemorates the men who went over on Operation Market Garden over to Holland. A lot of them went and very few came back. It was really one of the most tragic events within the Second World War. But this was a special event, and we had a couple of old Chelsea pensioners there.
Yeah.
And I found a photograph of these 2 gentlemen sitting on a bench. And I can remember talking to them, and they were absolutely fascinating to talk to.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. And that, to me, was one of the most memorable occasions, because now, of course, they've passed away.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's quite sad.
Yeah. Does the museum have any other facilities like a cafe or a shop?
We have a shop. We don't have a cafe because we are run by volunteers, and you have to jump through so many hoops if you have a cafe. And just down the bottom of the garden, there are plenty of fantastic cafes within Woodhall.
Yes.
I can think of 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 down the Broadway, and then there's the pubs. So people don't have to go far for food. In the summer, we actually put up awnings because we have music events. And last year we left them up for the first time, and we found that families were coming in the garden and picnicking in the shade of the awnings, which was lovely because it meant the grounds were being used as well as the museum.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was fantastic, yes.
Yeah. Well, you just mentioned music there. What I really liked about the museum was that you had music playing inside the museum too.
Yes, we have 2 lots. We have one which is with the Magic Lantern Room, and we have another one because we have a television there with photographs which are showing the places within Woodhall, the old photograph and the new photograph, with a bit of information. I rather like that music. The Magic Lantern one can get a bit, how can I put it? Coming up to Christmas, when you have Christmas carols coming up in September before we close in November, yeah, it can get a bit much. But no, we do try to keep the sound down because of people with, we know people sometimes cannot stand a lot of noise.
Yeah.
But we have found that those people normally come with headphones anyway.
Yes.
So we are aware.
Yeah. So have you got any plans for the museum or exciting developments coming up?
Oh, well, we're actually preparing for the summer in August. We have a music in the garden event every Sunday through August. These are local artists who perform on the lawn in the afternoons, free for people to sit and watch and listen. And on those days, we actually have what we call the Courtyard Cafe open, where they can get a cup of tea or coffee, a bit of homemade cake at a reasonable cost. This is one of our main fundraisers.
Yeah.
Towards Christmas, we also have Christmas Past,
Yes.
when the museum is actually decorated for Christmas. And we have a lot of crafts selling. So those are our main things. But next year is our 40th anniversary. So we're trying to think up a special event for that year.
Yeah.
But that is still in the pipeline.
Yeah. So what does it cost to visit the museum?
It's £3.60 for an adult. If your gift aid is £4, and this gift aid means that we get extra money from the taxman. Children 16 and under are free, so long as they must be accompanied. We also have a special offer for people who are with the forces or any of the services, the National Health, the ambulance, where we have the old bog off offer. But we find that very few of them actually take it. Carers, if someone comes in with special needs and they have the carer comes in for free.
Yeah.
So it's not much more than a cup of coffee.
No, you're right.
Yeah, and if a family comes, it could be £4.20. £7.20 for the whole family to come in.
Yeah.
So it's quite good value.
Absolutely. So finally, Lynn, what do you love most about the Woodhall Spa Cottage Museum?
Not only the visitors that come, but the people who help here, the volunteers. The volunteers are a brilliant bunch. Without them, we couldn't survive. They are welcoming to the visitors. They work hard. All of them seem to love the museum and working here and helping out. We do have a little bit of a problem because the majority of our volunteers are, shall I say, mature adults. We could do with a few younger, in maybe early retirement, but no, they are an absolute brilliant crowd to work with and to be part of.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much for sharing Woodhall Spa Cottage Museum with us, and having visited once and loved it, I'm sure I will be back.
Right, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you.
Thanks for listening to Come Here. If you know a heritage attraction that would love to be featured, or you have a suggestion for somewhere you'd like me to cover, I'd love to hear from you. To find my email address and find out more about me, pop to my website at lizdrury.com. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do subscribe, rate and review the show. It really helps other people to find it. See you next time, and come and discover somewhere else worth visiting.